scams, there's just stupid tourists. It's a funny old world. Cambodia is not Mars. Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. So, I'm going to start off this video by talking about Cambodian visas. Right, so out of literally every country I've been to in the world, I've never heard so many horror stories about getting from Thailand into Cambodia. All sorts of carnage occurring. So I'm going to tell you a few of those horror stories and then go into what my experience was with crossing the Thai-Cambodia border. Right, horror story number one. I didn't know I needed a visa. What sort of idiot goes anywhere in the world without researching whether you need a visa or not? If you're from the UK or EU or pretty much anywhere in the world, you need a visa to get into Cambodia. Horror story number two. I didn't know I needed a passport photo to get in. Yes, you need a passport photo to go along with your visa, so get one printed at a photo place before you get there. Simple as that. Right, horror story number three. I was bribed at the border. Why were you bribed? All you have to do is pay for the visa. Ridiculous. Horror story number four. I was told there were no ATMs in Cambodia. Cambodia is not Mars. It has ATMs. Simple as that. You can get US dollars or riel at ATMs. Simple. Horror story number five. I was conned into exchanging my money from baht into riel. Right, number one, why are people exchanging money? If you have a brain, you will spend all of your money before you leave a country and then get some money out at an ATM. You do not exchange money, simple as that. Stupid people will get approached by people at the border saying, oh, there's no ATMs in Cambodia, you need to exchange your money here. And they'll con you with a ridiculous exchange rate. Stupidity galore, again. Right, horror story number six. I had to queue up for 2.5 hours to get my visa. On what planet do you have to do that? I queued for 5 minutes. Pretty much those are the horror stories. You'll read about them on Facebook, in Facebook groups about travelling, etc. All in all, harking back to my Bangkok video, there are no scams, there's just stupid tourists. My experience getting into Cambodia was as easy as pie. Do not believe the horror stories you hear. So basically, I did mine online. Simple. There's a website. I'll put that here right now. You can go to that website, bish bash bosh, job done. It costs $40. Yes, it's slightly more expensive than getting it at the border, but for the purpose of easiness and simplicity, then that's the easy way to do it. I'm at the Genocide Museum, just a fantastic thing to come and see on a Thursday morning. Is it Thursday? Who knows? Just a bit of information about this. So this used to be a high school that was built in the 60s that was converted into a prison, a very notorious prison in 1975 at the end of the Cambodian Civil War, when the Khmer Rouge came into power. But basically this is a very notorious prison. There was around 196 prisons in Cambodia that Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge set up. The reason this was more notorious is because basically it was for people, Cambodian people, that were accused of things like treason, spying, working with the KGB and CIA in the 70s, and basically people would be taken from their homes, say I was accused of treason, my whole family would also be taken to this prison and tortured until I admit to the charges that they're saying that I've done. But even if you haven't done them, they'll just torture you until you have, and then you get killed. Strange to think that I was born in 1982 and all this only happened at the end of the 70s. So it's crazy to think that this sort of thing can still happen in this day and age. So it's divided into 4 buildings, building A, B, C and D, some of which where people were just imprisoned, some where people were interrogated, others where people were tortured, and others where people were killed. So this thing here talks about the rules for anyone imprisoned at S21, which is what it's called. Things like if you disobey my orders, you get lashes and electrocuted. So building B has a load of photos in of people that were prisoners here. Also a lot of information about how they tortured people, from whipping to dunking their head in a thing of water and locking their head in there and all sorts of other stuff. Not very appetising. So these are wooden cells. There's brick ones on the bottom floor. The ones downstairs, there's a chain in every cell. Obviously the person was chained up. And there's a thing along the wall where it has a wooden thing that's got numbers on it which correspond to each of the numbered cells. As you can see behind me, there's numbers on the top. So behind me is Bo Meng, who is a survivor of the S21 prison. It's a little bit bizarre, to be honest, and what's the word? Macabre. That's not the word. Just grim. It's strange that he's used as a tourist attraction for something so horrific. It's a bit odd. Well, I think macabre is actually how you say it. Or in other words, bad taste. So I'm at the killing fields now. I've already been in and done the audio tour, which is $6. I didn't really feel comfortable filming in there, even though there were people doing selfies in front of skulls and bones. It was really quite horrific, on a par with Auschwitz, etc. So yeah, not good. So just a bit about Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. You could look it up on Wikipedia if you like, but I'll tell you in summary. Basically, in 1975, Pol Pot came to power. He basically wanted to turn Cambodia back to its former glory. Communism, a utopian society. However, what that also involved was killing anyone who was against that. So millions of people were killed across Cambodia. 2 million, which is 1 in 4 Cambodian people, tortured horrifically. Women, children. There was a tree in there that was where babies had their heads smashed against to kill them and thrown in a grave. Women were raped by countless men, etc. before they were killed. So all in all, horrific. It's definitely a must-do when you're in Phnom Penh, because it teaches you a bit about the history. Well, one thing I didn't realise before I came here was that Cambodia had such an interesting history. And also the thing that I didn't know was that after Pol Pot was overthrown, etc. in 1979, he wasn't tried or anything or killed. He lived until he was 73 and died in 1997. A happy life with his second wife and grandchildren, which is quite sickening when you think the amount of people that he killed. So it's a funny old world. Tell you, it's claustrophobic as hell. A very wet and noisy Ho Chi Minh City. my bag goes missing on that motorbike.